And we're live again. Raphael's here.
I feel alive.
Thank goodness. Dr. Smith, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, well,
Thanks for
thank you.
joining us.
Yeah, it's been a great conference.
It is. So we had the opportunity to have dinner last night. I always love being able to catch up with you because we don't see each other very often, but we had fun. Dr. Smith and I went to the Gaylord Palms, to the I can't remember the name of the steakhouse over there, the Old Hickory House or
Old
something like
Hickory.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so much fun. I gave him the grand tour of Gaylord Palms. It's so much fun in there. So tell our viewers what you thought of that.
Oh, that is magical. If you have a chance to see that, for me, it's better than Disneyland. It was like Pirates of the Caribbean.
What did we see? We saw gators. We saw live gators.
Yes. Yeah, they one bit you, didn't it?
Not too bad. It was just a little scratch.
Just on the ankle. But it was amazing. And that Cracker Shack.
Florida Cracker Shack.
Oh, man, that was so cool.
That's probably not appropriate to say it that way anymore. I think they actually renamed it. That's why we couldn't find it on the signage. But anyway, That's the way it was introduced to me, so that's what I still call it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I've already stepped on it. But anyway, it's a beautiful place.
It really is.
I could have spent a couple of hours just exploring.
Yeah, so after dinner, which, steak dinners are always heavy, but we took a little tour and walked around, and it's really fun. Waterfalls.
Yes.
It's like a really giant atrium, and it's just lush with palms and plants and trees, and it was fun.
Tropical, but the weather was perfect in there.
It was temperature controlled, so it's much cooler than it's been. Like, we're sitting in a atrium where there's supposed to be AC, but it doesn't feel like it too much.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're enjoying the conference?
Yes.
This is your first time at the conference?
Yes. And I was in St. Pete's earlier this year, but this is really huge.
Much bigger than NCSI.
Yeah. And one of the keynote speakers really got my attention. Kurt Leisure from Cheesecake Factory.
That's right.
Yeah, Vice President for Risk Management. And he talked about what we talk about at Institutes of Health, the impact emotionally of an injury, not just physically, and also the impact on the rest of the team.
Right.
And we talk about neuroplasticity, and people think that's a very complicated thing, but it just makes common sense. If one member of your team is badly injured, you're going to be afraid, you're going to be on your guard, and all of your alarms are going to be going off. You're going to feel danger. You're going to be more sensitized
Fight
to
or
pain
flight.
yourself.
Yep.
Yes. And if you feel like, okay, this guy that I work with, wasn't taken care of, they're not going to take care of me.
Right.
And that hurts the whole team.
That's right.
The opposite is true. If the guy I work with is well taken care of and everybody shows the love, then I want to work there for a long time.
Right. And we see that where we work. So let's take a minute and talk more about you and your role with Institutes of Health. So you are our Chief Medical Officer at Institutes of Health. How long have you been with IOH?
Going on 6.5 years now.
Wow.
And although at first I was still managing my private practice, but Institutes of Health just got so busy, I haven't had time for anything else. Good.
So as Chief Medical Officer, what are some of the things that you see? So we mentioned City of San Diego and what we see with other clients in San Diego. So I'm sure I know why that resonated with you, because that we see that with how City of San Diego handles their first responders, for example. It hasn't always been this way, but they've put a very proactive approach to care and making sure that they streamline access to care for their first responders. And we've seen a change. You've talked to me about this before. You've seen a change in how the first responders come into the clinic. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. 6 years ago, city employees would come in, and first of all, they were angry. They were hurt, not just physically, but emotionally. And they would say, my doctor said I need this thing to get better, and it's in utilization review. I can't get it. I'm suffering. And they were very upset about it. And they would take it out on me for a moment until they realized, hey, I'm going to do everything I can to make this right for you.
Right.
That was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Now what I see is people come in and say, you know what, risk management has told me they're going to take care of it.
Right.
And they've told me that they're going to work with you and they're going to make this the best possible thing for me that they can. And I'll tell you what, it makes my life easier, but more important, it makes their recovery much more
Right.
possible.
Right. And so you've seen what Kurt was talking about. You've seen that in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, in St. Petersburg at the conference, there was a lot of discussion about that.
Yeah.
Taking care of the employee, not only to get better outcomes and get them back on the job faster, but to reduce litigation.
Sure. And so what Dr. Smith is talking about, we spoke on a panel at NCSI, National Council of Self-Insured, smaller conference, but still very important. Great attendees there. Raphael, you were there.
I sure was.
And we love that conference for a lot of reasons, but they're all good. But I'm so happy to see that you're here.
Mm-hmm.
And we are speaking today.
Yes.
And what are we speaking about today?
Cancer in firefighters.
That's right.
And the emotional aspects of that, why they can be more susceptible to cancer, but also how that can hurt their recovery.
Right. So Raphael, ask Dr. Smith a question. I'm going to look up where our session is so we can tell people.
I was just going to say, so give me a little bit about the details. What are you of your presentation today?
Sure. Well, the concept, and you know, doctors, we love the big words, right? So psychoneuroimmunology, and what that means is the psychological aspects of your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone knows, you know, if you're stressed out, if you don't get enough sleep, you're more likely to catch the common cold.
Correct.
Absolutely right.
And if you are trying to fight off cancer, you need that immune system the best that it can be. And if you're stressed out, if you're worried about your claim, if you're not getting or you perceive that you're not getting the care that you deserve, then your immune system is going to show it and the cancer is going to spread.
Sure. Makes sense, right?
So we've got Chief Piccone, who recently retired from City of San Diego. And so we're going to talk about the program and the partnership between IOH and City of San Diego and how that has helped their first responders. And they have had, on average, 15 cancer claims a year, pretty steadily for the past 10 years. And so we're going to talk about how they've handled that in San Diego. And then we've got Jeff Bickler, who's a Florida attorney that advocates for first responders. And he's going to talk about how it's been going in Florida, which is not so great.
Yep.
In Florida, even though we do have some presumptions for first responders, they're still almost categorically denied, heavily litigated, and it's just a fight from the beginning for these firefighters, which is very sad because, as Dr. Smith was talking about, all that does is cause moral injury, lots of angst between the employer and the employee, and everything just goes south. So we're going to talk to folks about, even if you don't have an IOH to help you, there are ways or best practices that you can look to put into practice that will help you mitigate and get those claims on the right track.
Sure, you need trusted partners, providers to take the best care of your people. And you know, Chief Piccone's got some fascinating data.
That's right.
Even though the cancer claims have stayed flat or maybe gone down slightly, their department is 8-10% larger.
It is.
Than
It's
it
a
used to
growing
be.
department, but costs are either flat, and in some cases, things are declining. Like, for example, leave absence requests have gone way down. So that's something they look at as a metric to measure. So everything's going well. Going to be a great conversation. We are going to be in Grand Ballroom 8B, really close to where we're sitting right now, and that is going to be at 3:15. So if you're here at the conference, come find us. It's going to be a great session.
Yep. And you know, what I talked about earlier, if you take good care of the one firefighter who's sick, the rest of the team is going to feel good about it. It's going to help the whole operation.
That's so
Awesome.
true, right? We've created an environment where people know
You want to go ahead
they
and
matter.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're going to have our next guest come on over. Dr. Smith, always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great seeing you.
Yeah.
Always